Have you ever had someone knock on your door in the middle of the night? Most people would ignore it. But what if it kept happening? And what if they knew your name? What you're about to hear is a true story that will make you think twice before answering the door. Ever again. It happened in November, just after Thanksgiving. I had just moved into a new apartment in a quiet neighborhood in Pennsylvania. I'm a software engineer, mostly working remote, so I tend to keep to myself. The place was old but cozy, creaky floors, weird light switches, that kind of thing. The first few nights were peaceful, nothing unusual, until the fifth night. It was 12:43 a.m. when I heard the first knock. 3 slow knocks. I thought maybe I imagined it. I wasn't expecting anyone. I checked the peephole, no one was there. I brushed it off. Maybe it was a neighbor or someone knocking on the wrong door. But the next night, it happened again. 12:43 a.m. 3 knocks. No one there. I decided to ask the guy in the apartment next to me, Mark. He'd lived there for 2 years. When I mentioned the knocks, his face went pale. "Don't open your door after midnight," he said, "especially if you don't see anyone." I laughed nervously, thinking he was just messing with me. But his expression didn't change. That night I stayed up, 12:43 a.m. Right on time, 3 knocks. But this time, I looked out the peephole just in time to see someone walking away. A man. He wore a hoodie, and his hands were in his pockets. I opened the door and called out, but he turned the corner fast. Weird, right? But then it escalated. The third night, the knock came again. 12:43 a.m. I didn't go to the door immediately, but when I finally looked through the peephole, there was a note taped to the outside. I slowly opened the door, took it down, and unfolded it. It just said, "Don't make me knock again." That was enough for me to call the cops. They came, took a report, checked the hallway security cam, and found nothing. No footage, no man, no note. They said maybe it was a prank, maybe I was overtired, but I knew what I saw. The next night, I moved a chair in front of the door and sat with a baseball bat. No knocks, just silence, until I got a text from an unknown number. "Why didn't you answer?" I didn't reply. I blocked it. That same night, Mark, my neighbor, knocked on my door. He looked panicked. "They got my door last year," he whispered. I opened it. "What happened?" I asked. He just said, "I moved 3 weeks later." "You don't get rid of it, it follows you." Then he left. I never saw him again. The next day, his apartment was empty, no furniture, nothing. Like he was never there. I was losing sleep. I covered the peephole. I stopped checking the door, but the knocks never stopped. Sometimes louder, sometimes softer, but always at 12:43 a.m. Then, one night, everything changed. I was asleep on the couch when I woke to the familiar 3 knocks. But this time, my phone buzzed at the same time. Another unknown number. It just said, "Look behind you." I froze. Slowly, I turned around. The peephole cover was open, and from the inside, I could see an eye looking in. I screamed and swung the bat at the door. The knocking stopped instantly. No one was there. Nothing. I ran out. Didn't even take shoes. Called a friend and crashed at their place. The next morning, I went back with a locksmith, changed the locks, even installed a new camera system. Later that night, I checked the footage on my phone, just to feel safe. There was a video from 12:43 a.m. The camera showed me asleep on the couch, and the front door slowly opening from the inside. Some doors should never be opened. Some knocks should never be answered. And if you ever hear one at 12:43 a.m., don't look through the peephole. You might find something already looking back. Have you ever experienced something like this? Drop your story in the comments. Subscribe for more true horror stories.